All right.
Oh, told you, bitch.
Boom.
No.
CIA director admits stratospheric aerosol injection, chemtrails, and geoengineering.
Dog, I told you.
They're turning the fucking frogs gay. They were turning the motherfucking frogs gay.
Technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change.
I've been saying this shit for
One that has
years.
gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional
So basically saying, oh shit.
Get
Turn
fucked.
closed captioning on. Okay, so basically so far from my understanding, he's saying that he's looking at scientists' research and shit and looking at, research they're trying to put together or tests they're trying to put together. And he is talking about one in specific where they say that perhaps by injecting things into the sky, you can lower the heat or stop the heat increase because it'll be reflected.
Like, back in, I don't know if it was World War II or Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
That's a very big gap.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to get fact-checked and trashed on for this, but whatever. But they were fucking...
Fuck
they were
'em.
making rain fucking, like not tsunamis, cyclones, that's what I wanted to say. They were making fucking, like, mini cyclones.
And where did you see this?
The History Channel, I think.
They were making mini cyclones, and you saw this on the History Channel.
To make all the fucking travel routes for the tanks and fucking...
How are they making cyclones, Nate?
With the cloud makers, man.
You did not see this on History Channel, dog.
Look it up.
We're not getting into that right now, dog.
I'm not bullshit. I seen it. With the cloud makers, man.
They made all right. Let's focus back up.
I don't understand what's so funny. Are you guys mocking me?
I'm mostly just laughing at Rielly now. Who's laughing? Rielly, so what's your input on this shit? All right, we're right back into it. So we had a hard drive issue. Basically, we ran out of space because it was recording
Rest in
OS
pepperonis.
OS drive. Derps, that was me. My bad. But we're going right back into this conspiracy craziness bullshit.
I'm not nutty. I did find that video.
Yeah, he found the video where the fucking
the History Channel video.
History Channel
and it
video
was a monsoon in Vietnam.
where they were putting silver oxide in the air, not
in the clouds, above the clouds,
in the air, in the atmosphere,
Still the air.
to make it heavier so that it would rain. And it did not 100% confirm chemtrails are real by any means.
Enough. It did it enough.
No, it did not enough.
They've been doing this since 60 whatever.
Yeah, but that's not. You can't just say that. You can't just say if they've been doing it, that means this is obviously what they're doing. You have to have. You still have to have. Proof.
Obviously doing.
No, you are saying that
there is a fucking possibility.
But that's not what you're saying. You're saying that this is real, and your evidence is that if they've been doing it since 70.
I'm sure you'll call me crazy if you...
Like, that doesn't mean just because they were doing experiments with it at one time. That does not fucking mean...
You'd call me crazy if I'd say that the government started the forest fires in Oregon and shit to disrupt the weed industry, but...
Yes, I would.
I wouldn't, because I believe that.
Why? Why? That makes, again, no sense. Okay, so they're going to risk thousands of lives and millions of dollars. They're going to risk thousands of lives and millions of dollars in damage when they could just send in troops and come and take it all the fuck away immediately in a blink of an eye, Nate, with no civilian casualties, no damages,
well, if they come
nothing.
in guns ablazing, they're going to get fucking
No, they're
tyranny.
not. No, they're not. If the CIA, if the DEA showed up at all the pot stops and dispensaries and burned down all the pot fields, They could do it in one night. They've done it before. Why would they not just do that?
Why not make it look like a tragic natural disaster?
Because you would have to pay millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to fix it.
Yeah, that's
No, the insurance companies make
Incorrect,
money.
my
and
friend.
pays for it.
If the whole fucking forest burns down, insurance companies do not pay for that. Who do you think insures the forest, Nate?
Forest insurers.
No. The government has to pay for it. Why wouldn't they just come in with drug task force like they've done every other
The government
time?
would have to pay for it.
But that's what they've done every single other time. Have you never seen the dispensaries being raided and the pot fields being torn up? Like, why wouldn't they just do that if they wanted to destroy the medical marijuana industry?
And this went into a whole other thing, didn't it?
It's because it's just crazy conspiracies that have no basis in reality, and I can just fling them. I can literally dismiss them within 15 seconds.
Fuck your plausible credibility.
It's
Plausible credibility.
you just do this thing where you think because at one point something is vaguely proven that means that everything else is.
The snowball effect, my guy. Snowball effect.
No, but that's way too much assumption.
Too much snow.
Like, you're admitting that you don't know how we got from point A to point B, but we're at point B because point A happened. Like, it doesn't. No.
Facts.
Not facts. The exact opposite of facts. Bullshit.
To transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be, moving forward on SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI to address other climate change effects, such as ocean acidification, because SAI alone would not remove greenhouse gas.
The other thing, too, is that this video and this title and you are all framing it as this guy is confirming your suspicions when this guy is very clearly
Beating around the bush.
No, like, you can't. Number one, you can't have it both ways, because like the way this is presented is this guy's confirming all of your suspicions and all of your theories and all of your thoughts. This is just a fucking, like, they're like fucking. He's talking about climate change issues. Like, how does that translate into fucking chemtrails are real? He's talking about countermeasures.
Because a chemtrail is an SAI, stratospheric aerosol injection.
But he's talking about doing that to fucking stop greenhouse emissions or whatever and reduce the heat fluctuations.
But that's where we get back to. If they are able to do this,
but
what
they're
else are
not.
they
No,
able to
nobody
put in
said.
the
But
air?
they're not doing this though, Nate. This is a scientific study that they're researching to see if it's a possibility to do. They're not like, this isn't like groundbreaking news. Like, they're sitting there currently doing this. Like, this is just a research. Like the government hires a fuckload of scientists to do random research. And this is, I guess, something that the climate change researchers like thought, like, hey, if we shoot a bunch of shit into the air, it'll stop the heat from fucking changing so much. And this guy is just talking about that.
I could see him doing it, though.
Yeah, Riley, what's your point?
I mean, if they do it, one day is completely different than if they're doing it right now.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, like, I could see them changing the weather in the future.
And the other thing, too, is, like, you're also making the assumption that these people are doing this for bad and negative and terrible reasons. Like, nobody's ever like, oh, chemtrails, good, right?
Well, disaster.
They're always like,
equals
oh, my
money.
God, they're fucking putting bug spray in the air and it's killing us all and giving us cancer. Like, this is not backing up anything like that at all.
Well, they do spray pesticide over your crops, my guy.
Well, obviously, yes, but I'm talking about, like, the crazy chemtrail people who are, like, saying that, like, they're fucking pouring it over cities that water supplies are contaminated and give people cancer because it wants to kill off all of its citizens for some reason. Like,
Population control. It's a slow, steady process, so it doesn't.
why is the government controlling the population?
Because, dog, we're estimated to be at 12 billion at 2050.
Then why do the population rates keep going up? Like, why does every year people have more kids if the government's controlling the population?
Well, not us millennials, but
Well, that's because we're still a young generation.
I don't know, my dude. I'm not a scientist.
If the fucking government is controlling it for the sole purpose of population control, why does the science not why do the numbers not reflect that, Nate?
I don't know, my dude. I'm not a scientist. I'm woke, my dude.
No.
I'm woke.
You're fucking sleeping. You're walking downstairs with your eyes closed.
That's all the science I
You're
need.
walking downstairs with your eyes closed, and you grab something in the dark, and you're just assuming what it is. It's like you're actually holding a big penis, but you think it's like a milk carton or something. So you're just like,
Wow, this is a soft milk
This is
carton.
a fleshy milk
On
carton.
the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations.
yeah. He's there at the Council of Foreign Relations talking about how this is something that our environmental scientists think could be beneficial, but
Council on Foreign Relations.
there are other countries' ramifications of doing it. So he's basically, that would be my guess. I obviously don't know, but judging by the fact that he's at the Council of Foreign Relations talking about climate change issues.
Council on Foreign Relations.
Or whatever.
Others might seize on SAI's benefits and back away from their commitment to carbon dioxide reductions. And as with other breakthrough technologies, global norms and standards are lacking to guide the deployment and implementation of SAI and other.
See, that's the thing too, is he's even dismissing the fucking crazy ass chemtrail conspiracies anyway. He's saying this shouldn't be done until it can be regulated to a point where people can't just be putting random shit in the air.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So he's on your guys' side, and yet you're still saying that he's confirming chemtrails are a thing. Come on, dog.
Boom.
Well, no, he's saying that.
He's saying that he's saying that it needs to be regulated so that kind of shit doesn't happen.
Either way you look at it, it's still shit being sprayed over your fucking head.
But well, no. Number one, it's not because it's not happening yet.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, not yet, but not yet documented. But
If it's not documented, there's no evidence that it's
Yeah,
happening.
that word.
Until there's evidence that it's happening, it's not happening.
Yeah, I guess so.
You need evidence. Evidence.
Now, I could go on and on and on and on about
Not necessarily
things
for
that
rape
fascinate me,
allegation.
but rather than talk about them, I thought I'd stop here.
I mean, if there's a rape allegation and there's no evidence, it should be dismissed. Would you not agree?
Misogynist.
If I accuse you of raping me, Nate, would you want to go to jail without there
Nate
being
raped
evidence?
me.
Oh man, you caught me on that one.
Exactly.
Damn.
You going to jail, boy. They
Thank
gonna
you,
like
Nate.
Damn.
All right.
They're going to really
I
like you.
didn't rape him.
Let's just
I did
chill for a
not.
second.